All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for yet another reading of One Piece. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? I was about to say yo One Piece. I can't even do I'm so excited because I got a lot to do today and I'm looking forward to doing it all. But yo peoples, Kyushu 92 here and welcome back to yet another live reading of One Piece. Today, we are going to be reading the 36th volume of One Piece titled The Ninth Justice. So, let's go ahead and get started, everybody. And also, we got a little bit of a footnote from Oda, because during this time it says, this is Oda back in 2005. I turned 30 this year. What's more, I got married last year. There are days when I worry that I still do nothing but draw manga, and I wonder if I should be a bit more serious about life. But I'm healthy, and that's the important thing. Volume 36 begins now. This is Oda back in 2005. I got a lot of things to do today, and I'm looking forward to doing it all. So let's begin, shall we? The Story of One Piece, Volume 36. Monkey D. Luffy started out as just a kid with a dream to become the greatest pirate in history. Stirred by the tales of pirate red-haired Shanks, Luffy vowed to become a pirate himself. That was before the enchanted devil fruit gave Luffy the power to stretch like rubber, at the cost of being unable to swim, a serious handicap for an aspiring sea dog. Undeterred, Luffy set out to sea and recruited some crewmates: Master Swordsman Zoro, treasure hunting thief Nami, lying sharpshooter Usopp, the high-kicking chef Sanji, Chopper, the walkin'-talkin' reindeer doctor, and the mysterious archaeologist Robin. They keep flip-flopping back and forth, whether they wanted to call her sly and cunning, or the sly archaeologist Nico Robin, or just the mysterious archaeologist Nico Robin. See, I said this in the last volume, because they changed it before the last volume we did. Luffy's ship, the Merry Go, has taken a beating during the crew's adventures on Sky Island. To get it repaired, the Straw Hats head to the Metropolis Water 7, home to the world's best shipwrights. Using the gold from Sky Island, they hire the island's biggest shipbuilding outfit, the Galley-La Company, but they soon discover that the ship's keel is damaged beyond repair. The news troubles Luffy, but then as captain he makes a shocking decision. The crew will part with the Merry Go and find a new ship. Furious, Usopp resigns and leaves the crew. On top of that, Nico Robin is linked to a failed attempt to kill Mayor Iceberg, and suspicion falls on the crew. Robin then disappears after hearing the mysterious name CP9. Then, Franky shows up and declares war on the Straw Hats for destroying his hideout. The Galley-La Company joins in, too, to catch the criminal behind the attack on Mayor Iceberg. Is this the start of a three-way battle? And as I said in the chat before, we got 10 chapters to go through. So let's go through chapters 337 all the way down to chapters 346. Chapter 337, Protectors of the Water City. Gadatsu's Unexpected Life on the Blue Sea, Volume 21, The Unexpected Arrival at the Desert Oasis. And Gadatsu and the old dude that saved him, along with the Earth Boss, they pretty much tunnel under the ground to the point where they wind up in the middle of Yuba. You know, the home of Toto and Koza, all the way in Alabasta. They tunnel all the way into the middle of Yuba. And I think this is also the place where Toto found that water before the sandstorm hit him way back then, because they're in like a big massive pool that they just tunneled into. But yeah, Koz is just walking by like, huh? And so is everyone else as well. Let's continue, because last we left off, we had Franky versus Luffy, and now Galley-La has walked in. So we see Franky, Luffy, and Galley-La just all staring at each other. Dock 1, Shipbuilding Factory, Shipbuilding Island, because Luffy and Franky's fight have taken them into the factory itself, and they've pretty much demolished everything there in their skirmish.
It's the shipwrights from yesterday. They'll be on our side, right?
It's the foreman! What a relief! Mind you, that was Nami who said that first. That was close. Thanks to Franky and those pirates, the shipbuilding factory came this close to being destroyed. Then it cuts to Mozu and Kiwi. What a nuisance.
Hey now, Galley-La boys. You know, you shouldn't stick your nose in other people's fights. Do you want to get hurt?
And then Kaku pipes up. You're one to talk. Looking at what you did to our factory, we were bound to come after you.
Rah! That's right, Franky, you fool! How are you planning to atone for this?
Just hold on, Tilestone. We'll deal with him later. We have more important business here, remember? Don't we, Straw Hat Luffy?
You know what I'm talking about. I'm amazed you showed your face here again.
Why? When we heard about the old guy, we...
So our family wasn't enough for you, huh? You had to go and mess with Galley-La too. You must be at that awkward age when you hurt everything you touch.
We didn't do anything, goes Luffy. And then it cuts to Paulie.
If you're gonna play dumb, I'll just turn up the heat.
And then he sends a rope straight towards Luffy's neck.
Ah! Rope action half knot.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts. Ah!
Air drive.
And then he whips up Luffy into the air and slams him into a nearby, he slams him into something that causes it to capsize and explode. I can't say it's a barrel because it doesn't look like it. So he just slams him into he slams him, causing him to crash into whatever he hits, okay? I don't know what it is. Then Franky.
You jerks! I told you not to get in the way. What part of that don't you get? I'm the one who's got a score to settle with that guy.
And then Kaku draws his, carpentry knives. Tilestone pops his shoulder. Lulu gets his guns loaded. Then it cuts to Hattori and Lucci is just staring with his hands raised like he's prepared to fight as well. And then the crowd goes,
Go get him, Galley-La Company! It's a fight with the company's 5 strongest guys!
Then it cuts to Nami.
Huh? Why? Why are all the shipwrights our enemies too?
And then it cuts to Mozu and Kiwi. I'm itching for a turn. And then it cuts to Luffy, who gets up. Hey, hold it! I've got no reason to fight you! And then Lulu shoots Luffy, and since he has a rubber body, it doesn't work.
Did you eat the devil fruit?
Ah! And then as it looks like Luffy repels the bullets, Lulu comes in and kicks him directly into the face.
Take that!
And sends him flying.
Come on, are you people even listening to me? I told you to stay out of it! That kid's mine!
As Franky opens fire on all the members of Galley-La.
Huh?
We don't have time to mess around with you, Franky.
What was that, you bumpkin?
As Kaku jumps over him saying that. Then it cuts to Tilestone, who comes in and hits Franky.
You're the one who's in the way, Franky!
And takes an enormous piece of lumber and hits Franky and sends him flying in the opposite direction.
Whoa! Tilestone's strong as a monster as always.
Huh?
And then it cuts to Kaku, who's right above Franky and lands on him. And then using Franky as a foothold, airborne foothold, he pretty much steps off of Franky and sends him crashing into the ground. Then we cut to Lucci, who's fighting Luffy. Whoa! As Luffy's defending himself. Why you? Knock it off! And then Lucci comes in, and then with one big palm thrust, he sends Luffy flying in the opposite direction. These guys really are strong. Darn it! What's wrong with you? At least tell me why you're doing this!
We're the ones who want an explanation.
And then it cuts to Luffy, who's acting all confused as Paulie walks up to him.
Last night, somebody broke into headquarters and attacked Mayor Iceberg, and that somebody was you guys, wasn't it?
Iceberg was. What's this all about? Goes Franky.
Huh? What are you suggesting?
Don't be an idiot! Why would we do something like that?
After the mayor came to, he said there were 2 assassins. When we asked the government, they told us one of them was a buddy of yours, a bounty named Nico Robin.
Robin? And Nami's all like, what?
Did you come to this island intending to kill the mayor? Or did you decide that after you met him yesterday? I don't know what you pirates are thinking, but now that we know you're the culprits, there's no way we're letting you go free. We don't actually know if you're the culprits. We're just taking one bit of information that is even sketchy after being told to us. We don't know any of the facts, but we're just gonna jump to conclusions and assume that you are the bad guys. You're guilty until proven innocent, but we rather you be guilty.
That's the whole situation right now. This is what happens when you just go off of one bit of information and just run with it, and you don't get the facts. That pretty much makes up all the vast majority of Twitter right now. But
I don't know what you pirates are thinking, but now that we know you're the culprits, there's no way we're letting you go free.
Yeah, they're the culprits?
They won't get away with it.
And now, since you got the crowd going with it, now the crowd is just easily going with it.
Hey now, does that mean that Iceberg's dead? You idiot, you think these idiots could kill him? We're doing this because he's alive. They could take another shot at the mayor, so we're getting rid of them now.
See? Just jumping to conclusions. And then Kaku throws one of his wood knives towards Luffy, and he dodges out of the way, but it manages to clip him on the cheek. And then Kaku speaks. Dead or alive, do you know what it means to be wanted men? You pirates have no recourse, no matter what anyone does to you. In other words, world law doesn't protect you.
That's right, we're outlaws. I know that, but...
You don't even know Robin! Stop telling lies about her!
Luffy, let us see Ice Guy. It's gotta be a mistake. It couldn't have been Robin. And then it cuts to Lulu.
There's no way we're letting you anywhere near the mayor. Who knows what you'll do?
Yeah, tie up the criminals! They tried to kill the town's hero!
Off with their heads. They deserve no less. And then one of them runs up and grabs Nami.
You little...
Ah! What are you... Hey, you!
Hey, you! You were with the Straw Hat guy!
Hey, you! You were with the Straw Hat guy! A while ago, I saw you!
You're one of his crew!
For real? Don't let her get away!
Come on, let me go!
Nami!
Give yourselves up. The news will spread through town fast. You've got nowhere to run. We're gonna kill the whole lot of you.
You don't even have the facts, Paulie! You're just going off of...
Nico Robin was one of them. Was the people that was there that night.
Oh, and someone tried to assassinate the mayor. They're connected. We gotta kill them all.
You don't even bother asking. You're just assuming, and you're thinking, you're majorly jumping the gun here. Majorly jumping the gun here.
We're gonna kill the whole lot of you.
The Straw Hat Pirates were behind the attack on the mayor!
See? Now this is fake news.
The Water newspaper company will pay any witnesses who have information about the pirates. The criminals are here on this island.
And as this person continues,
find all the Straw Hat Pirates and hang every last one of them.
As this announcer is saying this out in the crowd, we see that Robin is off on her own just listening to all of this insanity. And that's the end of chapter 337. Onwards to 338. But first, we got an SBS. Reader, hello Oda-sensei. I'm a very low-ranking guard in the mayor's personal guard, which is based in an active out of Water 7. Let's have the captain of the guard begin the question corner this time. Sir, if you would.
Paulie. Huh? Did you call me? You there, Eiichiro Oda. Just what do you think you're wearing, sitting there drawing manga? You're shameless, as if I could leave something like this to a shameless fellow like you. I'll start this off instead. Let's begin the question corner.
Signed, June. Oda. Oh man, they've already started it again. They started it again. Hello everybody, this is a stark naked Eiichiro Oda. Hold it! Who are you calling shameless? And anyway, don't tell anyone I'm drawing manga in such a shameless state. He kinda just told everyone. Question. Is saying I'm sorry a habit of Pagaya's? And why does he say I'm sorry? Answer, I don't know. I'm sorry. Question, Oda-sensei, when you're low on power, do you borrow the power of the afro as well? Sign, Shiku. Answer, but of course. No one could possibly manage to draw a weekly serial without afro power. I hope someday to become a champion. And that's the end of the SBS. We move on to chapter 338, Coup d'Event! Gedatsu's Unexpected Life on the Blue Sea, Volume 22. Goro, Koza's uncle and Toto's little brother, returns home by chance. Oh, so his name is Goro. And he's related to Koza and Toto. Toto's little brother. What are the odds that this individual will wind up being a member of Toto's family? What are the odds? And then it cuts to Sanji.
Hey, they're saying the Aqua Laguna high tide is getting closer and closer.
I know! Sometime tonight the town will be flooded! Even this beach will be underwater!
It's a disaster. We can't just stand here. We have to hurry and evacuate to higher ground.
I know! Let's evacuate quickly! Evacuate!
And then it cuts to Sanji. And Chopper looking all around, and it turns out that they're the only ones who are still haven't made it to high ground.
Run away!
And they all start running, but Usopp is still on the Mary.
What were those voices saying just now?
And it cuts to Sanji and Chopper, who are just running like crazy.
Something about a high tide? Come to think of it, the wind's pretty strong.
And then it cuts back to the crowd.
Catch them! Don't let the assassins get away! Knock it off! Let me go! What are you saying we did?
Don't play dumb assassin scum! How dare you shoot the mayor! We won't let you get away!
As this one citizen is still holding Nami in a headlock. Darn it! Hey, cut it out, you guys! We haven't done anything!
He's right! Anyway, Robin has no reason to go after Mr. Iceberg any more than we do.
You can keep claiming that's true all you want. This is as far as the two of you go. When you attack our boss, you make enemies of the entire Galley-La company. It also means making an enemy of the entire city of Water 7. Get that through your heads.
And then Luffy goes,
Are you dumb? Why do you just let us talk to Ice Guy?
Give it up, pirate.
Crush them, Galley-La company!
And then Paulie throws another rope at Luffy. And then it cuts to Kaku, who throws another of his knives at Luffy, and Luffy dodges out of the way. And then Luffy steadies himself to keep from getting yanked around by Paulie.
What's the matter? Are you just gonna take it?
I keep telling you, I don't have a reason to fight you guys! And then, Lulu drops his guns, but it shows Tilestone, Lulu, and Lucci all getting bladed weapons in order to, actually hurt Luffy. Because blunt objects and bullets don't work, but blades do.
Fine, we get it. Pistols won't work on you.
Darn it, they're serious! And then it cuts to Tilestone, who shoots Luffy with a massive explosion.
All right! A direct hit!
No, he got away.
That was close!
And it cuts to Lucci, who's right there in front of Luffy. And he barely manages to dodge out of the way. And because he's launched up to a lift that had some lumber on it, and Lucci winds up cutting the ropes that causes all that lumber to fall to the ground. And then as Luffy is running from Lucci, Lulu, Luffy, and Lucci. There's a lot of Lus in there. Luffy is running from Lucci, but almost gets hit by Lulu. And he dodges out of the way, too. Then he's back against the wall, and then three knives pop up, and it kind of hits Luffy where he can't move. Like, it hits him on his clothes, so he can't get away, as Tilestone shoots Luffy again.
Ah, no, I can't move!
Then there's an explosion from Luffy being hit point blank.
Luffy!
All right, they got him!
And then it cuts to Franky, who's just sitting down, who's just sitting down drinking some tea watching this whole fight.
Heck yeah!
That should make me feel better. What about you?
Oh yeah, guys like him should get blown away. Just what you'd expect of the Galley-La company, the city's pride and joy. Well, that's that. But listen, the little straw hat kid was the hated enemy of our Franky family. I was fighting with them first. Then you butted in even after I told you he was my quarry. Don't make me say it over and over, you freaks! Galley-La! Just sit tight.
Oh, because Franky was all like, oh, I feel bad for the Straw Hat Kid. And then literally flips the table in frustration because Galley-La interrupted their fight.
Don't make me say it over and over, you freaks! Galley-La!
And then it cuts to Kaku, who goes, just sit tight. We'll take you on after we're done with him.
That's what I'm saying! Why are you taking my prey? Oh, never mind. Words won't get through to you.
Polly, look out! Run for it, Galley-La! Franky's gonna attack and it's a nasty one!
Connector set.
As it cuts to Franky connecting this, like, pipe to his arms.
He just used...
Sorry. I had, like, a breakfast biscuit sandwich. Sorry.
He just used that thing to knock down a huge crane!
A crane?
Run for it, Galley-La!
A cannon, huh?
Go get him, bro!
This cannon doesn't shoot shells. It fires air bullets, but they hit faster than a hurricane.
Air?
It's dangerous! Run!
And Franky's arms puff up, like his forearms puff up even bigger than normal. And then Franky looks shocked as and then Paulie looks shocked as Franky goes,
Coup de vent!
And then there's this big, massive air shockwave that shoots from Franky and blows up even more of Dock 1. There's even more destruction as it blows over the crane, and the ship that was being built when we first saw it, when we first entered into Dock 1, just completely gets capsized by this coup de vent. And it blows away all of the Galley-La company, including a couple of civilians as well. And there's a massive dent in the side of the crane left by this big, massive shockwave.
Ow! What in the... It's like I was knocked aside by wind pressure.
Oh no! Another crane's coming down!
Run! It's coming this way! Yeah! Bring it down! Crush this whole shipbuilding dock!
And there's just a big old explosion that can be seen from the outskirts of Dock 1. Even the half-built galleon! He destroyed Dock 1!
A cyborg? Where did he get the technology? What is he? And what was that strange cannon? Not that I'm complaining. It got me free.
Nami, run!
Luffy, are you really okay?
You think something like that could finish me? Anyway, I don't get what's going on. We gotta get to Ice Guy's place somehow.
Huh? You're going? In this ruckus, there's no way!
Hey, look! The Straw Hats are getting away!
Not good. Hang on tight!
Wait!
As Nami holds on to Luffy and they both go shooting up towards the rooftops. They got away!
After them!
I'm sorry, citizens. Can you stretch or jump extremely high in order to catch up to them? Just saying, after them! But then it just cuts to the ruins of Dock 1. It's completely demolished. Completely demolished.
Bro?
Huh?
They got away. Aren't you going after them?
Nope. That coup de vent used up all my fuel. Just look at my limp pompadour. Those annoying foremen got in my way. I'll erase them next time once I'm refueled. Just what I'd expect of 100 million bounty. He's got guts.
Then it cuts to Kaku. He really did it this time, that Franky.
The whole day has been insane,
Goes Lulu. Then Paulie.
We can't let them get away. Aqua Laguna will be here tonight. Other than the last 2 sea trains leaving today, they'll have no way to get off the island. They won't be going anywhere on the boat they arrived in. Now's our chance to round them up. Post all Galley-La personnel around the island.
Granny! Granny!
As it cuts to Kokoro and Chimney as they make their way to Water 7.
We'll settle this before sundown.
It's Water 7!
Quit jumping around.
And that is the end of chapter 338. We got another SBS, and then we can move on to chapter 339. Question. Oda-sensei, I have a question. What's a cutlass? Is it a sword or a gun? Please tell me. Signed, Chopper Love. Answer. Yes, it's a sword like this. They say it started out as a knife for cutting the meat off of animals and was later shortened for sailors, including the Navy. In One Piece, they're drawn like the figure on the right, and it's more like the tempered blade and then the regular spot of the blade. What's good, Cdes? Also, good to see you all. Good to see you, Cdes, Kohagen, Psycho, and Ozzy. Good to see everybody. Question. Mr. Oda, recently those dream bugs of boys the world over, the Hercules and Atlas beetles can be found in ordinary pet stores. What do you think about this? Grown-ups today couldn't have dreamed of such a thing when they were children, could they? Is it okay for every boy's dream to be fulfilled so easily? Please say something to today's children. Signed, Miyagi Stag Beetles are my life. Answer. I got a postcard from a very passionate adult. The reader is right. Way back when, you couldn't see real-life foreign bugs. When we were kids, we looked at guidebooks and fell head over heels for the biggest beetle in the world, the Hercules beetle. Nowadays, in Japan, you can just go and see one. It's amazing when you think about it. It's the adults of today, the ones who spent their childhoods like we did, who fulfilled the dreams of boys today by showing them the bugs of the world. I think it's pretty terrific when you look at it that way. And that is the end of the SBS. Onwards to chapter 339, Rumors. Gedatsu's Unexpected Life on the Blue Sea, Volume 23, The Hot Springs Inspection Squad. And it cuts to Toto, it cuts to Goro, even Karu is there, along with Koza. And of course, the Earth Boss, and Gedatsu's just facing in the wrong direction. And then we cut back to Luffy and everyone else. Well, just Luffy and Nami.
Not safe? What's not safe about it? The island's topography and weather. If the wind keeps blowing like this and the air pressure drops, a typhoon might come through the island tonight. The city made a name for itself as the City of Water, but that's also its weakness. It's just asking for flood damage.
What's that to us?
Well, it bothers me, so I'll look into it later. Forget that. Look down there. Forget that. Look down there. That's the place. A crowd of people who look like reporters are there. And that place connects to Dock 1. The mayor has to be in that mansion. Are you seriously going down there?
Of course. Why would Ice Guy say Robin was a... Why would Ice Guy say... Why would, you... personally, you disagree on that because the world, of unfortunately America putting polar bears extinct. I don't know what that has to do with, you know, with bugs. I don't know what that has to do with bugs, because it's mainly just talking about bugs. They're not talking about, like, just animals all over. Oda is just talking about bugs as a whole, simply because the question was about bugs. So I don't know how polar bears would fit into it.
Are you seriously going down there?
Of course. Why would Ice Guy say Robin was a criminal? I want to ask him myself.
Just don't forget that the entire island is after us. Be extra careful, okay? Figure out where Iceberg's room is and don't make a move until you're sure the coast is clear.
Okay, I'm off.
Huh? Wait!
As Luffy stretches and he just goes face first through the window into the space where Iceberg is, and he crashes straight through. You know, but that's how you look at polar bears? Alright. Luffy just crashes into the window that leads to where Iceberg is. It's always two. It's always two. But Luffy crashes directly into the building straight through the glass.
Who's that? Huh? The window's broken. What's going on? We're being attacked. Straw Hat Luffy broke into headquarters.
He what? In broad daylight?
A surprise attack.
Where is he? He went okay, so there's another typo in here. It says he went from the second floor staircase to the third floor. He went from the second floor staircase to the third floor.
He must be heading for the bedroom. Go around and cut him off.
He's wearing a red vest and a straw hat.
Protect Mayor Iceberg.
And it's just Nami just sitting on top of this roof.
Protect Mayor Iceberg. It's Straw Hat.
And Nami is just sitting on top of this roof after Luffy just brazenly broke in. Have you seen what Japanese have done to the dolphin population? I have no idea what they've done to the dolphin population. I have no idea.
Are you serious? Where are the foremen? They're busy stationing personnel all around the island. Who would have thought he'd have the guts to return to the scene of the crime?
And then Luffy's just running through the building. Where is he?
There he is! Yikes!
And then it cuts to Khalifa.
I'm terribly sorry about all the noise outside.
Oh my, what is it?
Straw Hat Luffy has broken into the mansion.
Khalifa, I've got a favor to ask. And guns are being shot as they keep looking for Luffy, and they don't notice that Luffy's going up the staircase kind of beyond them. Idiot, don't use pistols, we're indoors!
But we're dealing with the...
It'll disturb Mayor Iceberg.
Which way did he go?
He's at building 2! Go around from above!
As they see Luffy just jumping through different sections of the building.
Yikes! That's a lot of people! Straw Hat!
Goes Khalifa.
Huh?
That's... Miss Khalifa, has the pirate been here?
No, he has not. And would you louts please keep it down? Mr. Iceberg is still resting.
Right then. Then we'll stand guard over here. He'll be heading for this room for sure. And then Khalifa doesn't say anything as Luffy is now in the room with Iceberg. And he's just huffing and puffing after trying to find him. Oh my, I take it you're looking for me, pirate boy? And he's still petting his little white mouse. That's right. You saved me by calling me here. I doubt you'd walk into an angry mob alone just to kill me. I came because I want to know the real story. Last night I saw Nico Robin with my own eyes. She is one of your crew. That's the truth.
But how can you be sure it was her?
Shut your mouth, boy. I don't have the energy to listen to your yammering. I called you here because I have a favor to ask. And Iceberg says this as he points a gun at Luffy. I don't know if he realizes that Luffy's a rubber man and that bullets don't actually work on him, though. I called you here because I have a favor to ask. I want to see Nico Robin one more time.
I can't help you. We don't know where she is.
Downtown, Water 7, Blue Nose Bar. Come on in.
How's it going, Bluno?
As Franky with Mozu and Kiwi just enter in and they're just posing. They're just posing.
How's it going, Bluno? Everything's super?
I think it's going pretty well.
You think? You're not very clear, dude. The usual. Fill her up.
And he opens up his chest, and Franky opens up his chest, and he's got like a little refrigerator compartment in there. But we also see Kokoro, who's in Blue Nose Bar as well. Have you got money?
Yeah, fill him up with cola. Trying to take money from your customers. It's a wonder you stay in business.
That's how businesses work. How else would he stay in business if he didn't take money from customers? How else would a business float if you didn't have income? He's not too bright, is he?
Trying to take money from your customers. It's a wonder you stay in business.
We got some. A little change from shopping yesterday.
Change?
1 million berries.
What? We still have that much left from yesterday? That's disgraceful. Not cool. To think that I had money, that I'd have money left over. Yeah! Hey fellas, it's your lucky day. Drink all you want, it's on me.
Logistics, Franky. Yeah, exactly.
You mean it? You're a generous guy, Franky.
Thank you, real boss of Water 7.
And then it cuts to Kokoro.
You aren't hurting for money, are you, Franky?
Yo, Kokoro the Hag! Is that you? I thought you were a grotesque statue.
Can I get another juice, Franky?
This is a bar. It's no place for kids, you hear? Yeah, I got money, but I feel lousy. Just terrible. It's been a real bummer of a week.
Yay, juice, juice!
So Chimney's just enjoying herself.
All because of some lousy pirates.
And then Blue Nose shows up again. Here's your refill.
Yo! I've been waiting for this! Fuel! Fuel!
And then he puts the cola in his chest, and then he closes it, and then his body starts gurgling.
Super!
And then his hair gets back to where it was, like it gets all spiky again.
Yeah! I'm back! Next time I see him, he better watch out. Hey, Hag, what are you doing here anyway?
Aqua Laguna's coming.
Oh, yeah? Figures. The wind was strong today.
Have you weatherproofed your house?
No, don't have a house anymore.
No house? No worries. That's what I call carefree.
And then it cuts to Kokoro again.
I was thinking of having a drink with Iceberg today, but I hear he's been shot.
Sounds like it, yeah.
Looks like the work of pirates. Galley-La and the townsfolk are up in arms over it.
Looks like the work of pirates. Galley-La and the townsfolk are up in arms over it.
The work of pirates? Nyanga. Do you really think that?
You sound like you know something. If you got the dirt, then spill it, Hag.
Look at it this way. Who's always trailing around after Iceberg? The world government.
Huh? So you're saying that government guy Corky did it? The guy with the beer cut? He's not the assassin type.
No, it isn't like that. Shadowy jobs are left to CP9. Know about 'em, Blue Note?
I've heard rumors.
Listen to you, Miss Know-It-All.
I feel like I'm just flip-flopping between plenty of voices today.
Listen to you, Miss Know-It-All. There's no such thing as CP9. Don't believe everything you hear.
You're a fool. It exists, all right. It just doesn't show itself. It's a covert unit totally off the books.
Why so cocky? Do you know something?
I hear it around.
That's what's called a rumor!
And that's why they're so scary. Since they're always a rumor. They erase people without ever being discovered. Get mixed up with them and you're done for. Franky, can I get another juice?
Drink all you want, people.
Then we cut to the back streets of Water 7. About what had to be done yesterday. A vacant warehouse? You did well.
Yeah, right,
goes Robin. Of course, you've also become wanted by the entire town, Nico Robin. As Robin is speaking to these shadowed individuals.
True, but it's only temporary. The important thing is tonight.
Get into Iceberg's mansion again. If things go wrong, feel free to erase all evidence. Someone named Tom had it originally. Among his followers, Iceberg is the only one still living. However much he pretends he's innocent, in the name of CP9, we will not fail to steal it tonight. Whatever happens, remember that this is a mission for justice, says this shadowed individual speaking to Robin. And that is the end of chapter 339. Onwards to chapter 340 The Woman Who Brings Darkness. Gedatsu's Unexpected Life on the Blue Sea, Volume 24. On our return, we were startled by the forest boss's big project. And Gedatsu and everyone else gets back to that island full of holes that we started out on. And the forest boss, you know, the big mandrill, basically built like this gigantic house. Kind of enshrined to Gedatsu because it's made with his hairstyle motif littered all across it. Text above main entrance says baths. Above doors, men and women. On flag, unexpected baths. So it's literally a ginormous high-grade bathhouse that the forest boss mandrills, along with his own cronies, pretty much built when Gedatsu and everyone came back. And then it cuts to someone jumping off of the roof, off of that big section of a roof, and it's Luffy and Nami, with her screaming, "No!" And then Luffy lands with Nami before she hits the ground. Okay, we're here.
We're here? Don't give me that! I thought I was gonna die!
How else was I supposed to do it? We couldn't use the elevator because it was too risky. You said so yourself.
That doesn't mean we had to jump. I mean, come on, we're not that ship, right?
Meaning Kaku.
Well, whatever. At least we got down.
If you're fine with it, don't hit me.
Let's go back to the inn for now. The town and the sky. They're both stirred up.
Attention, citizens of Water 7. This is your official Aqua Laguna warning. All docks of the shipbuilding factories are hereby designated as evacuation centers.
Oh wait, this is a lady saying it, and I think it was the lady who was at the elevator beforehand.
All docks of the shipbuilding factories are hereby designated as evacuation centers. Please make your exit in a prompt but orderly manner. Be advised that Dock 1 is currently dangerous, so we ask that...
And then it cuts to other civilians going, I'm sealing the iron door. Everyone got everything? Yeah, we're fine. Let's just evacuate to the shipbuilding yards. And this man is just hammering in an iron door onto the door frame itself. I gotta make sure the seal is tight. If the house floods, everything will be destroyed. The wind's really picked up! Brace yourselves! The waves are getting rough! Hurry it up, people! The pirate assassins are still on the loose too!
Scary!
Blue Station.
All aboard! The afternoon sea train Puffing Tom is departing for St. Poplar at 1 p.m.
All passengers, please show your faces. Masks are forbidden today while riding the sea train. And it shows this lady's face underneath this mask, and I'm like, how is that mask fitting on your face? Your face is just way too big. Might be the reason why she's also wearing a hood. Show your tickets and your faces, please. We're looking for the Straw Hat Pirates who are wanted for the failed attempt on Mayor Iceberg's life. Please help us in our investigation. And then it cuts to Zoro, who's hiding out as well. So that's why they're chasing me. A gang of assassins, huh?
Where did he go? He went that way.
Well, this is a problem. I can't go back to the inn with things as they are. The only faces they know are mine, Luffy's, and Robin's from our wanted posters. At the inn?
They're close by.
Are you sure about that innkeeper?
Quite sure. They've been staying at my inn since last night. They were sleeping there until a little while ago. They left a lot of stuff in their room. Maybe they'll come back for it. On the Rocky Cape, which is where Usopp and the Mary were.
You're sure this is the ship?
Yeah, this is it.
Look at the mark on the pirate flag. It's the Straw Hats, all right.
There's nobody here.
This ship is falling apart. They probably abandoned it. At yesterday's inspection, they were told it was on its last legs.
The ship looks pretty cleaned out.
It's definitely abandoned. Let's look elsewhere.
Who are they? They're carrying weapons.
As Usopp is hiding off in the distance as well. Information on the pirates?
No, I got nothing. If we catch one of the three from the posters, we can squeeze them till they rat out the rest of the crew.
Hurry, before the waves get any higher.
And then it cuts to Sanji, who's just casually walking out in the open along with Chopper, because since they don't have bounty posters, they're not seen as members of the Straw Hat crew, so they can freely move around.
The sea train's in service, huh? There's an afternoon train and then one more leaves tonight. It leaves in this terrible weather for Ennie's lobby at 11. Wow, the sea train's pretty impressive.
You don't think Robin might have boarded the sea train, do you?
If she's on board the train, then we're really in trouble. It's hard enough searching Water 7 without adding more islands to the mix.
I wonder where she went. Maybe I did make her mad at the bookstore. Do you think so, Sanji?
Dummy, you know that's not it. Hey, have you seen a gorgeous girl like her?
You mean her 20 years later, right? Well, if I see her, I'm reporting her to the paper or Galley-La. She's an assassin, you know.
Things are starting to get dicey.
Ah, I bit my tongue.
Things are starting to get dicey.
I hope Luffy and the others are okay.
Never mind Luffy. It's Nami I'm worried about. There are a lot fewer people around than there were before. The wind's picked up too. Everyone's begun to evacuate. Hey, Robin!
And then Chopper starts sniffing.
Huh? Huh?
What is it, Chop?
And then both Sanji and Chopper look over, and they see Robin standing across the canal, across from them.
Robin! Robin! Where have you been? We've been looking for you. Everyone's worried sick. Let's go back to the inn. We've been having problems of our own here, too. We'll tell you all about it. Just wait there, right there. We'll come to you.
No. Don't bother. Stay there.
Huh?
I won't be going back to the crew. This is where we part ways. Robin?
Robin, what are you saying? Oh, I get it. This is about the newspaper thing. It's nothing to worry about. None of us believe it. Pirates are always getting falsely accused whenever bad things go down.
I'm sorry you all were unjustly linked to that business, but there are no lies about me in that article. I was definitely the one who entered the mayor's mansion last night.
Huh?
There is a darkness in me that you and the crew do not know. A darkness that will someday destroy you.
And then Sanji's just thinking back to what Aokiji said. Every organization that Nico Robin has been associated with to date has fallen, yet she always survives.
Actually, it's convenient that the locals are blaming you for the attack, as that will help me make my escape. Things will only get worse from here on out.
What is all this?
Ow, I bit my tongue again.
What is all this? Why would you do something so...
Why? There's no need for you to know.
Robin, I don't understand what you're saying. What's going on?
Robin! Come back with us! We haven't known each other long, but after today, we'll never meet again. Please give my message to the others for me. I didn't deserve it, but thank you for the kindness you've shown me till now. Goodbye.
As Robin starts to walk away, both Sanji and Chopper are just looking wide-eyed at her.
Wait. No one is gonna be okay with this. Robin, wait! Quit joking around!
As Sanji dives into the water and starts to swim towards Robin.
Robin!
And then she manages to give them the slip, and Sanji's just on the other side of the canal where Robin was standing before.
We lost sight of her.
Yeah. Chopper,
Hmm?
go meet up with Luffy and the others, and tell them everything that just happened. Don't leave out a single thing.
What about you, Sanji?
I'm gonna go around on my own for a little. Hey, don't worry. I won't do anything rash.
And then it cuts to the citizens. Where did he go?
Is he on the rooftops? Search everywhere! What about the alley?
Curses! Did he get away? I know he ran this way! Because they're searching for Luffy and company, but Luffy... Yo, Ravi, it's good to see you. Luffy is hanging on to the underside of a bridge, just using his bare hands and his toes to grip onto the underside of a bridge as they're hiding from all the citizens.
Try looking over there!
Where did you lose him? Is the coast clear?
Not yet. Not yet.
And then it cuts to Luffy, who's looking, as someone peeps around, someone peeps under the bridge, and it's Chopper who scares Luffy. Whoa! And then he falls into the water along with Zoro and Nami.
Chopper, how did you know we were here? You're sent.
Oh. Whew. Looks like we're in the clear.
In the clear? Listen, you were the one being chased by the horde of shipwrights. Luffy and I were hiding just fine till you showed up. You guys saw how many people were looking for us?
You guys saw how many people were looking for us? They would have spotted you too sooner or later. You guys saw how many people were looking for us? They would have spotted you too sooner or later. Hey, that's right. We're Sanji. And then time passes, and then Chopper explains everything that happened. She really said that? Robin actually said that? Goes Luffy, and then there's just silence again from the crew. I know I keep tilting my head to the side a little bit. We should have been ready for this. Regardless of the circumstances, Robin first showed up as an enemy, and we let her on the ship. If she's suddenly frightened by that and has run off, then I'm not going to feel right about it. Isn't it about time we settled this? Is she an enemy or a friend? And that's the words from Zoro. Once again, he's one of the more pragmatic members of the crew. He has his moments, but when it's time for him to think seriously as a pirate crew, he's up there. But that's the end of chapter 340. Onwards to chapter 341, but we got another SBS. Question: what sort of guy was the then Mr. 7, the one who tried to scout Zoro for Baroque works? Sign, dollar piece. Answer: join up, you. And it just shows a picture of Oda drawing what this character looks like. Question: in chapter 322, Puffing Tom, Zoro called Sanji Dart Boy. Why Dart Boy? Signed, Lovely Eyelashes. Answer: that was a bit hard to get, wasn't it? I got several questions about that. I think he meant the dartboard instead of darts, seeing it as it's like a spiral. Seriously, why does he say weird things like that? That's Zoro. That's Zoro. And Zoro would be just like a Saturday, just like a weekday 90s sitcom. That's Zoro. Like, just like that. Can you imagine Zoro doing that at all? Question: what percentages of a deer, a raccoon, a reindeer, and a human would you have to combine to get Chopper? Signed, Chopper Love. I think we've seen this person before in an SBS. Answer: 10% deer, 70% raccoon, 10% reindeer, and 10% human, if you please. Question: does Kamienaru like apples? Signed, Raiden. Answer: yes, he does. I like them too. Oh, you didn't ask about me. I like pears too. Oh, you didn't ask about me? Nothing much. There was a tornado for the past few days. Past few days here, finally over. You okay? Is everyone okay? Everyone all right? Everyone good? I remember the most recent time I had to go through a tornado going through my area recently was when I was still playing Marvel's Avengers and the War for Wakanda DLC launched. And I actually had to stop my stream because a tornado was coming through our neighborhood. Now, mind you, everyone in our neighborhood, like our active neighborhood, is fine, but the tornado was in our county. That was the last time I encountered a tornado. But as long as everyone is okay, Ravi, as long as everyone's okay. Yup, everything is good. Good. That's what I like to hear. But that's the end of the SBS. Onwards to chapter 341, Demon. Gedatsu's Unexpected Life on the Blue Sea, Volume 25. A tunnel to the unexpected hot spring island opens in the country of sand. So basically, the tunnel that Gedatsu and the Earth Boss created that goes from that whole island, H-O-L-E, not W-H-O-L-E, that H-O-L-E island also goes to Yuba. So people who want to, chill at the oasis in Yuba can then go down to the hot springs that's on the other side of the hole that Gedatsu and them have made. They pretty much just created a business for themselves. But onwards, we cut back to the words of Robin.
Things will only get worse from here on out. After today, we'll never meet again.
Did Robin really say that, Chopper? Now, mind you, you can pretty much easily tell who's saying this if you were watching the anime, but since this is the manga, I can't really tell.
Did Robin really say that, Chopper?
Uh-huh.
She said we wouldn't meet again after today, which probably means she's going to do something today that will make matters even worse. That's how it sounds to me. The city's already in an uproar over the failed attempt on the mayor's life. If someone were to make the situation worse, there's only one way to do it.
This time, to actually kill the mayor.
That would be the natural thing to think, but now that we know she's trying to pin the crime on us, this might be a trap to lure us to the site. If they carry out the assassination tonight, and we're spotted at the scene, that'll make it easier to lay the crime on us.
Hang on! When you say it like that, you're assuming Robin's the enemy!
We're talking about possibilities here. I'm not leaning either way. Do we believe her? Do we doubt her? If we start leaning one way and the truth turns out to be the other, we won't be prepared. If they're going to do it, they'll do it tonight. Do we go to the site? And then Luffy goes, "We go!" You heard that the One Piece teaser is dropping in a few hours? I will do a reaction. If we're getting the One Piece teaser officially today, I will do a reaction to it. And we'll see if it's going to be a series that I actually watch from Netflix. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. If they're going to do it, they'll do it tonight. Do we go to the site? We go!
I don't mind if we go, but there's one other thing that's bothering me. Sanji says he saw Robin walking with someone, remember? Mayor Iceberg said the same thing. Someone who was wearing a mask. That wasn't one of us. The person might be behind the sudden change in Robin.
You think he's making her do something bad? Robin!
That's the best case scenario. If the guy and Robin are actual comrades, it's the worst case scenario.
The masked person could be anyone. Then what's our objective?
And then Luffy goes, "To catch Robin."
Huh?
We can't figure out anything until then.
You're right. Just sitting here thinking is a waste of time. But, come to think of it, the world government has been trying to catch her for 20 years and they still haven't.
But if we want to know the truth, that's the only thing we can do.
All right! I'll do my best too!
All right, let's go. Let's just hope it's a good teaser. Look, Ozzy. This official teaser for the One Piece live action show is going to be the thing that decides whether or not people will watch it. If they don't, the first impressions are everything. If this trailer does not hit where it needs to hit, if it doesn't give me that feeling of, I'm definitely going to watch this. It has to make me say those words. It has to make me say those words. That's the only way I'm going to watch the series. If the teaser makes me go like, all right, I'm going to check this series out. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to watch all the episodes. It has to make me audibly say those words. Because if it doesn't, I don't know. But first impressions are everything. If it doesn't do what it needs to do to grab people, I don't know where it's going to go from there. I'm just speaking from my own personal opinion, but we'll see. We will see. We'll see. You got burned before with Mandalorian Book of Boba Fett, and we're 3 episodes away from for the next One Piece opening song. Yeah, man, we've been listening like in da 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 da. We've been in that theme for so long. The concept of getting a brand new theme for One Piece, because I was so used to the one dream, one wish. Like, I remember that theme, and then we got the newer one, and it's like, we are about to enter into new theme for One Piece territory. What a time. So much One Piece happening all at once. But let's continue. All right, let's go, goes Luffy. And then someone is going,
I'm begging you!
come back later.
Can't you see we're evacuating now? Scram!
Please, all the lumber I can buy with this. Also tar and rope, and nails, and hasps, and a little tin. Look,
I wish I could help, but we're closed.
I know, I'm sorry, but...
All right already, but you'll need more money to buy all that.
Then I'll make up the difference by, trading you tools.
Hey now, quit talking crazy. I only sell stuff. Barter? What are you, a country bumpkin? No help for it then.
And then it cuts to Usopp, who's struggling to carry all this stuff.
You sure you're okay? Now that I'm looking, you're banged up. You have friends, don't you? Make them do the shopping. Hey!
And then Usopp, now, if only they can stop putting spoilers in the opening. You know what? You got a good point. Us manga readers, we already know what's going to happen for the rest of Onigashima and the whole Wano arc. But for those who are looking at the anime only, I really do hope this time they don't include anything spoiler-ish in the trailers themselves. But we'll see. We'll see. But Usopp, since he's not physically strong, can't carry all this lumber and all these tools by himself.
What did I tell you?
And Usopp is just laying under all this rubble of the stuff that he just bought. And the dude that sold him the stuff is just going,
hey, hold on a minute, boy.
What? I'm fine.
I mean... Here, take some rice balls. You must be hungry.
Thank you.
Sure. Take care of yourself, okay?
And then the old dude is just waving off Usopp as he's trying to leave with all this stuff. My thing is, Usopp is buying all this stuff to repair a ship that cannot be repaired. See, my thing is, he's doing all this to try and patch up the Mary, but the problem isn't the top. It is basically the main support of the entire boat, which is like, that's not something you can just easily like, oh, let me just put some wood on it and then we'll keep going. You can't keep patching up a keel. That's the framework of the entire ship. That whole big wooden frame that causes the ship to be connected and everything to be connected and built from it, that's beyond repair. So unless he's good at being underwater and doing carpentry underwater, you're not going to do anything for the Mary. But, you know, you can't tell him because he's being driven by sentimentality rather than logic.
Take care of yourself.
And then it cuts to Usopp, who gets back to the Mary.
Tasty. Tasty. The old guy was pretty thoughtful.
And he's just eating while he's thinking.
The waves are getting bigger. Don't you worry. It'll be fine.
And it cuts to Usopp, who's steadily trying to patch up the Mary even more.
You're a ship that has flown in the sky. Don't you worry.
It's like the spine on the human body. Yes, that's actually a good example. When the damage is done to the spine, it takes an enormous amount of work to get it, to not only get the human body back in working condition, but trying to get it repaired back to 100% as it was is next to unlikely, because people who get damaged in their spines, some people just don't ever recover from it, and other people are left impaired that even if they go through rehabilitation, their bodies are not at the level they were before they were injured. So even if a spine could be repaired to where that person can walk and move again, it's not the same. And some part of you still feels like you're not at 100%. That's how it is. That's how it is for boats. Once that one central part of the boat is damaged, heavily damaged, mind you, it's not like, oh, I'm just going to take some pieces of wood and then just lay it over. You ain't filling that up with Gorilla Glue. You ain't putting no lacquer in that and then just filling in the cracks. That is the central nervous system and main support of a boat. Once that's damaged, beyond repair, that's it. You can't patch it up, but you can't tell someone like Usopp that. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent again. I got a lot of things to do today. I need to keep going.
You're a ship that has flown in the sky. Don't you worry.
As the waves start to get bigger and bigger and they start crashing near the shore as he continues to work on the Mary. Shipbuilding Island, Blue Nose Bar. And then there's a massive crash as Franky apparently destroyed a portion of Blue Nose bar top.
My, what's gotten into you all of a sudden?
Ugh. And then all the patrons are looking shocked at the fact that Franky just basically destroyed this bar top.
What's the matter, Franky? Bro.
Ugh, I'm getting so ticked off. I think I'll go start wrecking stuff again.
Hey, bro, wait up! Thanks for the drinks, Blue Nose.
What just happened, Kokoro?
No idea. With him, you just can't tell. Who knows what idiots are thinking?
And then it cuts to the waves crashing up against the shore once more, and Polly and the rest of the ship rides as well.
Curses! The sun set already.
Mr. Polly, it's impossible now. The back streets are too dangerous.
Yeah. Let's pull out. I'm going to headquarters.
Yes, sir! And then Polly and the rest of them have pretty much stopped with their search because they can't do any more because Aqua Laguna's on the way. Dock 1 Shipbuilding Factory.
And what about the criminals?
Factory basement storehouse, also an evacuation center. Sounds like they're still at large.
Scary stuff. They're saying they might try again tonight, using the storm as cover.
I hear the Galley-La workers will be out in full force tonight, guarding headquarters.
This is big!
How many Straw Hat Pirates are there anyway?
Some say 50, others say 100. After all, their captain has 100 million bounty on his head.
I heard 3,000 of his men will swarm from the sea tonight.
Oh, this is really bad!
See? Rumors just going all around. None of the stuff that they're saying is true other than the bounty that Luffy has on his head. 3,000 men. He doesn't have that. Galley-La Company Headquarters. Galley-La troops, fall in line. Don't leave any gaps.
Yes, sir.
Don't let so much as a rat get past you.
No, sir!
And there's just so many carpenters who are all throughout the entire headquarters of the Galley-La headquarters. I said headquarters twice. I said headquarters twice in the same sentence. But everyone in the Galley-La Company headquarters are just all lined up through all sections of the building, including the area where Luffy burst in earlier. And they patched up the glass with wood. Like, he crashed through like a glass embroidered window. And they patched up the hole with wood. How do you nail wood onto glass? I look for logic in a series that lacks it, so I need to stop. And then it cuts to outside Iceberg's bedroom. Polly, Kaku, Lulu, Lucci, and Tilestone are all posted outside of Iceberg's room.
If you're coming, bring it on!
Goes Tilestone, and then Hattori speaks.
Shut up! Caw-caw! Be quiet, Tilestone!
No one saw them get on the sea train.
So, they're still somewhere on the island. But they'd be idiots to show up with this many guards around, goes Kaku. Then Polly.
Their captain crashed this place in broad daylight earlier today. Don't assume they have common sense.
And then it cuts to the bedroom. Oh my, you really don't have to go this far on my account.
Everyone's acting of his own accord. It's
like I'm king.
By the way, Mr. Iceberg, why do you have Nico Robin's wanted poster in your room?
Does it bother you?
A little.
It's better if you don't know. That is a demon. And then it cuts to a forest that overlooks the big company of Galley-La. And it's Luffy and everyone else up in a tree just looking at everybody.
There are a lot of guards!
It's kind of far.
You can stretch your arms and jump over. After the commotion starts, that is.
You're right. You're right. If we start a ruckus first, they'll just take advantage of it. And then it cuts to another foot that steps in from another location, and it's a person in high heels. And I'm guessing that it's Robin. But that's the end of chapter 341. Onwards to chapter 342, The Messenger of Darkness. Gadatsu's Unexpected Life on the Blue Sea, Volume 26. Pincers Ocean Floor Bus Service begins. And Pincers is also that big giant crab that Luffy and company were using to get across Alabasta and Alabarna, across the deserts of Alabasta earlier on in the whole Alabasta arc. So now he has a job of ferrying people back and forth from Yuba all the way to the hot springs of Whole Island. I'm happy that he's got a nice working paying job. Chapter 342, The Messengers of Darkness. And then it cuts to Franky.
Where are you, Straw Hat? I thought he had some spine on him. Why won't he come out and fight?
Well, bro, right now the entire island hates them. They must be trying to get away.
Huh. Hey, what's with you two? Why are you walking sideways?
We're bad at walking in strong winds. Anywho, it's weird to see you so worked up, bro.
The reason why I know the reason why it's hard for them to walk in strong winds. Because their hairstyle catches so much wind. Wind resistance. Just nothing but wind resistance. Their whole head is just meant for them to be blown back. Just like walking sideways is easy, but when you walk forward, whoo, just like the wind is just hitting your head. No one told y'all to wear that hairstyle in the first place. It's on y'all.
Hey, what's with you two? Why are you walking sideways?
We're bad at walking in strong winds. Anywho, it's weird to see you so worked up, bro. You're holding something in. That's not like you.
Shut up. That's just how I am this week.
This week?
Hey, bro, over here.
Huh?
And it's Yambe. Or it's Yambai. Yambai.
Did you stick it to him? Not yet. Something big got in my way. The punks escaped.
Huh? They got away from you when you were in a rage?
Man, were they ever lucky. I see. That super weak long-nosed dweeb is out repairing their ship by himself, so I figured you got the rest of them. What? You found one?
Yeah, on the ship.
This'll go faster if we got one of them. We can use him to draw out the rest.
Whoa, bro's making an evil face!
So here's the plan. You guys walk around town and yell this. We have Longnose. If you don't want us to drown him in the ocean, come to the warehouse under the bridge. And I'll go right now and make that the truth.
Yeah, we're on it, bro. Leave it to us.
And then it cuts to Galley-La again, and the people in front of Galley-La. Keep your guard up! Keep up your guard! If we all let someone slip through, it'll be a disgrace to Galley-La! How's the rear entrance?
We have to base around it. There are no blind spots. I know I keep using this exit for a whole bunch of people for Galley-La, but it's just something my brain automatically defaults to. Sorry about that. We have to base around it. There are no blind spots.
And then Chopper's just looking at all this going on.
Everyone's got weapons, and they look tough.
Why, of course. The shipwrights here will even wrestle pirates to the ground.
If we jump in without a plan, things could go bad.
Look who's saying that now.
That's very insightful from Luffy, who wasted no time just leaping into the window just to see Iceberg. Panda Man? Yeah, Panda Man's in that panel as well. He's in the back. If we jump in without a plan, things could go bad.
Look who's saying that now.
If you see any movement, let us know right away.
You can count on me.
It's going to be a long night, but don't get careless. If we let this chance slip by, we'll never find out the truth. Consider this our last chance to find out if Robin's on our side.
We'll catch her all right. Count on it,
goes Luffy, and then Chopper continues to look on, and Nami looks on. Then the clock is ticking, and then we cut back to Iceberg's room. Khalifa?
Yes, Mr. Iceberg?
Would you leave me for a while?
Of course, sir.
And call Paulie in.
Polly! Mr. Iceberg has something important he wants to discuss.
With me?
Yes, alone. I shall be in the secretary's office. Call me if you need anything.
His last will and testament, huh?
And then and then Tilestone gets all loud, and Lucci just punches him in the face. Just found out that Viz changed a big translation. Changed a big translation for chapter 1086. They changed something for that chapter. Let's not discuss later chapters. Let's not discuss later chapters for One Piece here, because we don't want to spoil anything for people who are, enjoying this series from here on. So we'll discuss that on a different stream or something else entirely, but let's not discuss later chapters of One Piece here. Let's not discuss that here.
His last will and testament, huh?
And then Lucci punches him in the face.
What could be so important at a time like this? Goes Kaku. It must be important. Hurry up and find out. Should we move away from the door a little?
And then Paulie walks into the room with Iceberg. And then he starts speaking to him, but we don't hear what this conversation is.
Yes, I understand.
This may come with great risks. I've thought long and hard, but you're the only one I can ask. Do you accept?
You make it sound like we're strangers. Just leave it to me.
In that case.
Well then, I'll get right to it.
Good. And then Paulie walks out. And then Hot Tootie chimes in.
Cool! Conversation over?
Yeah, he gave me an errand. Sorry, but do you mind if I leave for a little while? Sure, the four of us will be enough,
goes Lulu. Then it cuts to Iceberg, who's just sitting up in bed, just petting his little mouse. And the clock continues to tick more and more. What in the world? Sounded like a jet was just driving past my house. What was that? Y'all could probably hear the bass in the background, but who's driving tanks through my neighborhood? That was loud. Good lord, that was loud.
Sure, the four of us will be enough.
And then Iceberg's in his bed with his mouse. Let's keep going. Then the clock continues to tick. The winds get stronger and stronger. The water washes up against the waves. And then we cut to Paulie. What, do you have an Abrams tank there? That's what I'm saying. Like, what's this big rumbling that's outside? I've never known a vehicle to be that large. To be that large to roll through the side near my home, and it's just that huge. Like, sure, you got a regular truck that rolls through, and they like to punch it a little bit, but it never lasted that long. That was peculiar. But it cuts to Paulie, who's at a room.
The president's office.
Peel back the carpet under the desk in the president's office to find the built-in safe.
This must be it.
I'm going to tell you the combination, so listen closely.
First, 6 right.
And then Paulie is opening up this safe. You never heard noises from my side? Here's the thing. Usually when things roll up, I'd be worried that you guys can hear the rumbling of cars, of big trucks that roll by. Like trucks, big trucks, and maybe some buses sometimes. But for Cohagen to say that he was able to hear whatever that was outside of my house, I don't know what it was, because I don't have a window on that side. Window's right there. I don't know what that was, but it was big enough for even y'all to hear it. So, guess I'll never know. Oh well.
First, 6 right. 6 right.
And Paulie is opening up this safe as the wind continues to howl, and we see members of Galley-La in front of the building. Gotcha.
Everyone ready?
Ready, Nico Robin?
Yes, anytime.
Then I'm going to create a distraction. The 4 of you will carry out your assignments as soon as you see the signal.
And then there's an explosion from the entrance of where Galley-La is, and some people actually get caught up in this explosion.
What was that? Did somebody fire at us?
No, I didn't see anything come this way.
It was planted.
Quite the flashy signal.
Here we go,
What was that? It sounded like an explosion!
goes Paulie. Whoa, that was an explosion, goes Luffy and everyone else.
First floor, north corner! Is everyone alright? Leave half the men at their posts! We still haven't seen the enemy!
And then Iceberg is just still in his bed.
Mayor Iceberg, are you alright?
Yes, only startled.
We spotted someone! He's in the skies! Go get him! He's here! Rah! Let me at him! What are you talking about? I'm gonna kill him.
Hey, wait, you two, goes Kaku, while only Kaku and Lucci are left. Honestly. And then a masked individual is dashing through Galley-La's headquarters. Get him! What's the problem? It's just one man! And this person has like a spiked whip, and it launches, and he launches up into the air using this whip.
The intruder used the whip to reach the roof!
And up on the roof is a whole bunch of other members of Galley-La just waiting for him. You didn't think we'd leave the roof unguarded, did you? And this individual goes, stand down if you want to live. You people are no match for me.
Two are coming from this way! Don't let them get away!
You've memorized the layout of the mansion, haven't you, Nico Robin?
Yes.
Wow, it's gotten pretty rowdy. Huh? Where's Luffy?
And then both Zoro and Nami are all like,
Where did he go? Huh?
and then it cuts to Paulie. And then Paulie grabs something that's inside the safe.
This is the thing Mr. Iceberg was talking about.
And then some hooded individuals show up in the doorway and go, well, so that's where Iceberg was keeping it. Hand it over. You can't know how valuable that is. And Paulie is shocked to see that someone actually followed him in there. And that's the end of chapter 342, onwards to 343, but we got an SBS. Hello, Oda-sensei. Gosh, Nami is just too cute. That beauty, that figure, I'm just crazy about her. By the way, hasn't Nami gotten curvier compared to the way she was in Volume 1? Signed, Saori-chan. Answer, yeah, I get that question a lot, but Nami's 18. If you think about it, she's still growing. She's not done yet. I'll try my best. Robin's still only 28 too. I'll try my best. And he doesn't elaborate any further. Question. Hello, question for you. In One Piece, what do you base the bounties on? Are they based on strength? If that's the case, then isn't about 80 million berries too low for Crocodile? Or does it get higher the more evil you've done? Or was that a mistake on your part? Because of this matter, a forehead flicking free-for-all is playing itself out all over my school. Please help me! Signed, Master Donuts. Answer. Yes, if you think hard about this, it's actually a difficult problem. The 7 warlords of the sea are allied with the government, and when a pirate joined up, his bounty was cancelled. For this reason, the pirates of the 7 warlords of the sea have former bounties of insert berries recorded. But Baroque Works was secretly formed after Crocodile became one of the 7 warlords of the sea, so the added level of danger isn't included in the calculation of the bounty. If we factored all of that in for Crocodile, his bounty would probably jump to at least twice its current 81 million berries. Way too curvy after the time skip? Debatable. But that's the end of SBS. Onwards to chapter 343, Cipher Poll number 9. Gadatsu's Unexpected Life on the Blue Sea, Volume 27. The princess and her entourage pay a visit. And the princess is Vivi, Shaka, Igaram, and Pell, along with Karoo. So here's just another confirmation that Pell is alive after, he was caught up in a giant nuclear explosion. He's just casually traveling with Vivi with no visible damage to his own person. But we get the individual that's traveling with Robin that has the bear mask, and then we get Robin, and they're all surrounded by Galley-La.
We've got you surrounded, pirates! You can't escape this time! Give yourselves up! Can you believe their nerve? Don't move, pirate scum! Show your faces!
And then it cuts to the bear dude moving, and one of the members of Galley goes,
He's gonna try something! Shoot him!
and they all just open fire on Robin and this bear dude. And then they stop and realize that all they hit was just this bear dude's cape.
They're gone!
Then we cut back to Galley-La once again. And then we cut to a member of Galley-La getting thrashed. Hey, you alright? What happened?
He is so strong. What was that? The whip user ran through the air.
Ran? Through the air? Don't say I didn't warn you. And then this, another member of Galley-La tries to hit this masked man on the roof, and he jumps out of the way.
He jumped!
Moonwalk. And this man who jumped off the roof also jumps off the air right behind the guy that tried to hit him. And he starts bouncing through the air, like pushing off of the air.
How in the world? There's nothing but air, but he's jumping around!
Thorny Road. And this individual uses their spiked whip to hit all these members of Galley-La that surround him. And then he just jumps off the roof again. The intruder landed in the courtyard! Follow me! And then it cuts to the two individuals who came across Polly, who was in the safe.
Who are you? Where did you come from?
We come from the shadows, though we are agents of justice. Undercover Intelligence Agency, Cipher Pole number 9. No matter how you got in, you had to have run into some of our men.
No matter how you got in, you had to have run into some of our men.
There may have been casualties, or maybe not. And the dude with the bull mask on, it shows his fingers and they're just dripping blood. It's hard to remember such trivial details. And then it shows numerous members of Galley-La as their bodies are just laying all over the hallway, where these two, the skull face assailant and the bull head. Why did I say beer? Why was I trying to say boar? It's the dude with the bull mask and the guy with the skull mask. They pretty much just decimated all the members of Galley-La in the hallway earlier. So, this is no longer as genteel as assassination, is it? I don't recall saying anything of the sort. We're here for Mayor Iceberg's precious item. Hand it over. Furthermore, since you know what it is we're after, I'm afraid we'll have to kill you now. And then we cut back to other members of Cypherpole.
Did you find the two who left by the back door? What about inside the mansion? There are guards by all the doors and windows. No one's seen anything. Look out for the whip user! It's on the other side of this wall.
Good. And this individual just puts his back on the wall and goes, now push. And Robin pushes on this bear masked dude, and the wall opens up into his body shape directly into Iceberg's room. And then the bear guy, the dude with the bear mask, he turns around and pushes his shape that was carved out of the wall and puts it back into the wall. Yeah, that's a devil fruit power. And the outline just disappears. You startled me. I knew you'd come, but never from there. Did you use the same means yesterday? I don't remember a door being there. And then the bear man speaks. It's the power of the door fruit. However thick the wall, wherever I touch it becomes a door. As long as there's a wall, I can get in and out of anything, says the bear dude as he's holding a gun up to Iceberg. And then he proceeds to shoot Iceberg!
What are you? There hasn't been a signal yet.
Gah!
He isn't harmless if he has the energy to... He isn't harmless if he has the energy to talk. Just as famous chefs are careful to prepare their ingredients in advance, so it is only professional of us to restrain him and keep him from acting against us unexpectedly before the signal.
Is that the CP9 way?
And then Robin takes off her mask. Good guess. You're right.
I've done something terrible.
to the Straw Hat Boy? He wasn't part of this, was he?
It's nothing to concern yourself over. You just said you saw me last night, which was true.
That was part of your strategy too?
Correct. We let you live yesterday so the blame would fall on the
Oh, wait, this is the bear dude. Correct. We let you live yesterday so the blame would fall on the pirates. Besides, if we had killed you sooner, we wouldn't have found out where you had hidden the blueprints for a certain ship. For generations, they have been passed down from shipwright to shipwright, handed down secretly from master to apprentice. If you felt that your life were in danger, you would undoubtedly have tried to entrust the plans to someone. And the man you chose was Paulie, the foreman of Dock 1. Our comrades are on their way to take care of him right now.
So, you mean everything is going according to your plan?
I'll take care of the shipwrights outside the door, so that we can finish this without a hitch. I'll leave you, Nico Robin, to finish him. Once our comrades have the blueprints from Paulie, they will contact you, and when they do, you will take Iceberg's life. Then we'll erase Paulie, since he knows the truth about this. Our mission will be accomplished. The best part is, the Straw Hat Pirates will take the blame for everything. And then it cuts back to everyone outside as Zoro, Nami, and Chopper are running around.
I can't believe him! Why is he always like this? Why won't he take advice?
He's never done that, and you know it.
Oh no! Robin could be in the middle of all of this! Couldn't she? What should we do?
We'll have to proceed carefully.
Depending on how you look at it, we might be in luck. If Luffy got into the enemy camp, do you think he'd sneak around the back or try to get in from the side?
No way.
Not a chance!
Don't you think he's gotten through the front gate? Don't you think he's gotten through the front gate by now? Either running or flying, and though he's made it inside, he doesn't know where to go and the shipwrights are after him?
Sounds about right.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so too. To the shipwrights, Luffy is the criminal ringleader. Once he shows up, all eyes will be on him, meaning we can probably count on the guards at the entrance to have thinned out. We'll grab the chance to blend in with the shipwrights in the confusion.
Of course. So we've got the perfect chance to sneak inside, thanks to Luffy.
I get it. It's okay to go in right now.
That fence looks jumpable.
Okay, in we go.
Right behind you, Luffy!
And then it cuts to them jumping over the fence, and they're face to face with an entire army of Galley-La members. They were hoping that it'd be more thinned out, but it's like the numbers in front of Galley-La hasn't changed at all.
Hey, look.
What part of this was thin out?
And then Zoro's all like, oh, crap. And then we cut back to another building with Luffy.
I'm stuck. I thought I could jump into the mansion, but I'm stuck. I can't move if I don't hurry.
And then it cuts to other people.
Men! I need backup on the mayor's bedroom and office! The guards on the 3rd floor have been wiped out! What are you talking about? Aren't Kaku and Lucci up there? Aren't Kaku and Lucci up here?
Oh, Mr. Tilestone, look there! And Tilestone looks over, and we see the bear guy sitting in the middle seat with a slumped over Kaku and Lucci, and they apparently they've been killed.
Oh no!
Kaku! Lucci!
Well, well. If we don't complete our mission soon, there will be no end to this. No signal yet. And that is the end of chapter 343. Onwards to chapter 344, Opposing Force. Get Datsu's Unexpected Life on the Blue Sea, Volume 28, The Men's Bath. And here we see Koza, we got Toto and Goro, we got all the members of the Supersonic Duck Squadron, along with Eyelashes, we got Igaram and Chaka, and we also have Pell, who I originally thought didn't have any scars from when he got caught in that explosion, but he has numerous scars over his chest, like blast scars over his body, including some regular scars as well. So that's the first time I've ever seen him have all these scars over his body. Ever. And also Karu's there too. Then we cut to Tilestone.
You! How could you? Takaku and Lucci! May your iceberg had better be safe!
And Tilestone launches at this bear dude with a giant hammer. Why not check for yourself? And he clenches. Iron Body. And the hammer that Tilestone was using completely breaks on this guy.
No way! Mr. Tilestone's giant hammer! He broke it with his fist!
And then the bear dude grabs hold of Tilestone's elbow. Are you proud of your strength?
What's this? I can't move! I can't be losing to him in strength!
And then the bear dude proceeds to just one-shot Tilestone with overwhelming force, leaving his head cratered in the floor. This kind of reminds me of when Biscuit Oliver punched that one pirate fighter, that one rebellious fighter. You know, when the one that's always going like yah ho ho. You know, the one that put dirt on his face and it turned into tribal markings, and then Biscuit Oliver just basically laid his behind out and his whole body was just laying perpendicular in the floor, just bent upwards. Yeah. The bear mask guy pretty much just laid out Tilestone exactly like that.
With one blow! Three dog, one foreman are down for the count!
As Tilestone's down, Lucci's down, and so is Kaku. And the bear man just looks as the other members of Galley-La start to run.
Call downstairs for backup!
And then it cuts to this bear dude apparently going after them as we see 3 separate mini panels that just are filled with blood, as apparently this bear dude is just killing them all. There's Rubber Nose Zoro! He's finally shown himself!
I saw the woman this afternoon too!
And this is Chopper just screaming.
Why isn't Luffy already here?
Don't let the criminals escape! It's the Straw Hat Pirates!
Like I know. Blast. The only way things are going, whatever we do, it'll look like they've caught us red-handed.
Huh? Wait, Zoro, what are you doing?
It's pointless being chased around the mansion. We're going to charge in through the front entrance and look for Robin.
But we're dealing with shipwrights. They aren't the enemy.
It'll be okay. I'll use the swords back. Out of my way! As Zoro's using the back of his swords to basically defeat these members of Galley-La.
You can still kill people like that, you know?
Because Zoro's hitting them with enough force for them to actually still get massively hurt. So it makes you wonder just how, just let you know that he's hitting them hard enough where they can still get massively hurt, but not to kill him. Which makes you wonder how much pressure would be applied if he used the full brunt of his swords. And then it cuts to Luffy. I got out, finally! That was pretty bad, because he was pretty much stuck in between a very narrow space that no normal person would ever be stuck in. Whew! I'm gonna charge in this time. I'm gonna catch Robin. Gum Rocket! And then he just goes sailing. I can't wait to use Gum Rocket when I'm playing Marvel Spider-Man 2 and I'm just slingshotting myself into the distance. Oh, I can't wait to play that game. It's gonna be so much fun. Then we cut to Robin there with Iceberg. And then there's explosions out front as he's huffing and puffing, because remember, he got shot. And then we cut back to Iceberg in his room. Oh my, this is certainly a surprise. Honestly, I never dreamed we'd be meeting here, Nico Robin.
Have we met before?
Last night was the first time, but I've always wanted to meet you. And then it cuts to Iceberg fiddling with something in his coat. And then it turns out that Iceberg has a gun, and he points it at Robin, who also points her own guns at Iceberg as well. But since she has the Hana fruit, flower fruit, Hana no Mi, she pulls out some extra guns as well. So she's got 4 guns to his 1.
So you could kill me?
That's right. Before you destroy the whole world. Since antiquity, searching for, researching, and decoding the poneglyphs have been classified by the government as a global high crime. You must know that!
How do you know about the poneglyphs?
Simply knowing of their existence isn't a crime, but in all likelihood, the only person in the world now who can decipher the writing is you! That's precisely why the government put such a high bounty on your head, even though at the time you were only an 8-year-old girl. In all the world, you're the only one, the only person who can reactivate the ancient weapons.
You even know about the weapons?
So CP9 was an actual organization. That means you've already left the Straw Hat Pirates and are working for the government, doesn't it? A strange move for a woman said to have been relentlessly pursued by the government. But that's got nothing to do with me. If, through the decoding of the poneglyphs, the weapon is reactivated, it won't matter if the one who possesses it is just or evil. The result will be the same. You can't expect weapons to bring peace to the world of mankind.
Pain would like to differ, because through pain and through constant war, everyone will see peace, right? If I give all the nations tailed beasts, then all the fighting will stop, right? Now this world shall know pain. Almighty push, right?
You can't expect weapons to bring peace to the world of mankind. The whole world will be destroyed. The evils of the past should not be reawakened.
You're right. I think that myself, but you're way out of line. You don't know me at all. You have no right to tell me how I should research history.
That's not true. In a way, I'm in the same position you are. I hold the blueprints for a weapon of the ancient world, the Pluton.
The blueprints for a weapon?
Pluton is the name of a battleship that was built on this island a long time ago.
Same thing with All for One. Except All for One believes that only those with quirks should rule the world, and he should be at the top of it all. That's just how he views things. He doesn't care. He doesn't care if the world gets turned on its head, just as long as he's at the top. He doesn't hope that people understand how people with quirks, or people without quirks, or heteromorphic people with quirks behave. Then he doesn't care about that. All he cares about is just ruling the entire world. See, that makes his ideology slightly different than Pain's. Pain thinks that the world will know pain through more pain. All for One just thinks, I'm gonna put the world into so much turmoil, all for the sake of me being the one at the top. And I don't care who dies, whether they be men, women, or children, just as long as I get what I want. So that's how they differ. Can you imagine what a conversation between Pain and All for One would actually sound like? But moving on.
Pluton is the name of a battleship that was built on this island a long time ago. The weapon they made was too powerful. The ancient shipbuilding engineers thought it would be an opposing force, that an opposing force would be needed in the unlikely event that it went out of control. So they passed the blueprints down through the generations. The government wants them, and they ended up going to extreme measures to get them. To think you're helping them without knowing that's shocking. Tom, the man who entrusted the blueprints to me, always worried about a lone girl who'd escaped from the Ohara incident 20 years ago. He thought she was a threat, despite her age, because she shared the ideas of the demons of Ohara. So out of consideration for the weapons makers, it's my duty to stop you. Now that the government is aware that the blueprints exist, it would be better simply to burn them. But doing that won't be enough because you're alive!
Should you say Lucius from Black Clover? I haven't read Black Clover. I have not been keeping up with Black Clover at all, so I don't know who Lucius is. It's been a hot minute since I watched the anime, and I've never read a single chapter of Black Clover, so I don't know who that is. But I need to, though. The new movie is out today, I believe.
I think it's called Sword of the Wizard King, Black Clover, and the Sword of the Wizard King, I think it is. I want to watch that. But I also want to catch up on Black Clover because I hear things get kind of insane in that. So I'll catch up on my own time. I won't turn it into a series on the channel because I already got enough going on. But I'll probably check it out for myself later.
Doing that won't be enough because you're alive. Because there's still the chance you might find a way to reactivate the weapon.
And before Iceberg can do anything, Robin causes a whole bunch of arms to just sprout from him, and they put Iceberg in a massive headlock and also hold his body down to the ground, while Robin holds a gun to his head.
Is that all you want to say before you die? I beg to differ.
Oh, I beg to differ. Even if you had killed me, your blueprints would have...
Oh wait, I beg to differ. Even if you had killed me, your blueprints would have been stolen and the result the same.
Oh my. Then, let me just say one more thing. You're the ones who've fallen for my ruse.
Huh?
And then it cuts back. It cuts back to the room with Polly, and he's bloodied all over. Your resistance against us is futile. And then it cuts to Polly, who's still gripping onto these blueprints. Come now, hand it over, before you get blood all over it.
Curse you. I thought I could win.
And then Polly falls forwards and he drops the blueprints.
Mayor, Iceberg did tell me to run away at once. Just throw it away and run. Because the blueprints
are fake. And this surprises the dude with the bullhead. And that is the end of chapter 344. Onwards to chapter 345. Still making some relatively good time. Question. In chapter 297 of volume 32, how come Luffy couldn't make that big snap crackle thing, Kingdom Come, disappear? Also, what was the electric discharge that Nami was talking about? I looked into it, but I couldn't figure it out. Please help me out, okay? Signed, Crush. All in lowercase. Answer. Right. How should I explain this? To begin with, the important thing really is that you felt the power of that scene. If you did, everything's okay. So first off, Kingdom Come is a cluster of thunderclouds. Think of thunderclouds as clumps of stress with lots of static electricity in them. The thundercloud thinks it wants to take that stress out on something. What comes down at that point is lightning. The kind that people mean when they say, hey, a tree just got hit by lightning, or Yamada got struck by lightning. Lightning is an electrical discharge, but electrical discharges aren't limited to occurring outside the cloud. Sometimes, that snap crackle stress is released inside the cloud itself, and then it's called sheet lightning. Gold conducts electricity. So when Luffy plunged into Kingdom Come with a gold ball, the snap crackle stress in Kingdom Come discharged inside the cloud and vanished. But you know, it's not like Luffy knew what he was doing either. It's okay, just be glad the weather cleared up. Skypiea is still peaceful to this day. Here ends the question corner! I don't think Oda expected someone to ask him such a big, thick question. Chapter 345, Sleepers. How many chapters? 346. All right, we're almost done. Chapter 345, Sleepers. Gadatsu's Unexpected Life on the Blue Sea, Volume 29, The Women's Bath. And the only people who are in the Women's Bath are some female kung fu dugongs. Igaram's wife... Ah, crap, I forgot his wife's name. What is Igaram's wife's name? Terracotta. There it is. Dang it, I forgot it. I forgot her name. I'm sorry. But it's the only people who are in this bath are Terracotta, some female dugongs, and Vivi, as they're enjoying themselves in the bath. And we don't need to worry about a happiness punch at all. But it cuts to the bull dude, the bull mask dude, as he's standing over a defeated Polly.
Fake?
What an idiotic thing to say.
I don't know who you are, or where you're from, but I guess your big plan just fell apart. Serves you right. It's a pity I don't even know what you're after.
You cheeky little. In any case, even if you were just a decoy, you still know too much. We can't let you live. And then there's a big, massive explosion that shakes not only the dude with the skull mask, but also the bull mask guy as well.
I'm stuck! Darn, I'm stuck!
And it's Luffy, who just went headfirst straight through the wall, and he's just trapped in it.
Straw Hat!
Huh? Hey, it's the rope guy! What's going on? You okay? You're covered in blood!
This is the 3rd floor. What's going on with you?
Straw Hat Luffy, did you come all this way to take the blame?
Hey, masks! Are they masks? Then it must be you, guy! You're the ones who told Robin to do stuff! Give Robin back, you jerks!
Tempest Kick!
Goes the dude with the skull, and Luffy manages to dodge out of the way. And the kick goes directly into the wall, and it cuts the wall completely in like a cross-shaped section.
Huh? You cut the wall with a kick!
And then Paulie looks on as the bull guy is right behind Luffy and kicks him unexpectedly, and then manages to hit Luffy.
Gah!
And then he takes numerous prongs and then pushes them through the ground, trapping Luffy. Puts it around his neck and all of his limbs so that he can't really move all that much. It's an emergency, you see. I don't have time to deal with you now.
I can't move!
Hey, right. Stop him too. This is no time to be fighting. And then it cuts to Paulie's face and there's a clang sound. And then we cut to the bull guy and the skull guy just walking away. And then we cut to the guy that had the whip, the bear guy, and Robin as we hear the gotcha. It's me. There's been a hitch in the plan. All members report to the bedroom at once. Whatever you do, do not shoot Iceberg yet. And then Robin, who's in there with Iceberg, doesn't do anything. And then the dude with the thorny road whip goes, I must be going. I have business elsewhere.
What? You're gonna run?
No. As this dude proceeds to punch Lulu directly in his midsection, unexpectedly. I have business elsewhere, so this ends now.
No way! Mr. Lulu just...
That's not possible.
With what blow? Wait!
As this individual starts jumping up the air to get closer and closer to Iceberg's room.
He took off again!
And we cut back to the room with Luffy and Paulie. Hey, mister, are you okay?
It's nothing. I've survived worse. Straw Hat, why did you come here? Everyone thinks you're the criminals. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I'm used to being chased. Anyway, the masked guys took one of my crew. I came to get her back.
That must be Nico Robin. You're strong in a fight, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm strong.
Think you could beat them?
You bet I can. And then Paulie's just looking. And then he goes,
Then fight with me. I want to win too.
You do?
Well, yeah. You think I'm gonna let Mayor Iceberg get killed by idiots nobody knows from who knows where? He taught me everything I know,
he says with tears in his eyes.
He made me a proper shipwright.
But look at you. You're a mess.
I'm telling you, I want to beat those idiots to a pulp. You think I care what happens to me after that? I'll fight until I'm down to a single bone. Come off, curse you!
And then it cuts to Paulie and Luffy as they try to struggle to get from underneath these pins that are holding them down.
All right, I'll fight with you!
And then the screaming from them trying to struggle to get out continues as we cut to the room with Iceberg and numerous downed and possibly dead members of Galley-La. And then one individual takes a top hat off of one of these individuals. As from one of these from the body of Lucci, they take the hat off of Rob Lucci, and then they walk into the room. And then all of the members who basically assaulted Galley-La are standing in the room with Iceberg.
Go home. There's nothing to hand over. Then we have a problem.
And then Hattori, the pigeon of Lucci, flies to the shoulder of this person.
Huh? What should I tell? What should I tell first to a dying man?
What? As it shows, Lucci is underneath the bull mask itself.
You've let me down.
Lucci! As we look at the faces of the individuals thought to be Lucci and Kaku, they are not actually members. They are not actually Lucci and Kaku, but people made to look like Lucci and Kaku, including one of them having a fake long nose on his face.
You're the one in the wrong. None of this would have happened if you handed them over to the government when it acts nicely.
And it shows that Kaku is underneath the skull mask. So, the dude with the bull mask is Lucci. The dude with the skull mask is Kaku.
We wanted to leave town without hurting you. If we could.
And the person underneath the mask that was using the thorny road weapon was actually Khalifa. I didn't know. So I gave her a dude's voice because I didn't know it all. I'm sorry, I didn't know. But it's Khalifa underneath the mask where she was using the whip against the other dudes.
We wanted to leave town without hurting you, if we could.
Khalifa! Oh wait, and I missed over when Iceberg says, Kaku!
None of this would have happened if you handed them over to the government when it acts nicely.
Kaku!
We wanted to leave town without hurting you if we could.
Khalifa! And then the person underneath the bear mask, who I already knew was Bluno, is Bluno!
Did you also get your stubborn streak from your master?
It's the guy from the bar, Bluno!
You were all working for the government?
And then Lucci speaks.
Correct. For us, going undercover is the easiest thing in the world. But you just had to go and make things difficult.
Cipher poll number 9. Undercover intelligence agency under the direct control of the government. Khalifa, Bluno, Kaku, and Lucci are all part of CP9.
Where are the blueprints of the ancient weapon Pluton? Tell us now, before more innocent people are harmed.
And that is the end of chapter 345. Onwards to chapter 346, The Ninth Justice. Gedatsu's Unexpected Life on the Blue Sea, Volume 30. Gedatsu, the Blue Sea Boss. And he's pretty much just running his own little mini shop there. Woo! This is the last chapter of this volume. Then we come back to Zoro, who beat up all the other members of Galley-La with the back of his swords.
Don't worry, I used the back of the blade.
Why did you cut down all the shipwrights? Zoro's so strong!
Well, whatever. Let's get going.
Zoro, this way!
Yep.
No, this way! I'm leading. How could you go the wrong way? Is it a miracle?
Then it cuts to Luffy, who's forcibly pulling his body out from underneath these restraints with the, perks of having a rubber body. I'm out! Because I'm rubber!
Nice going. Okay, now get mine off. That bull and skull had better watch out.
And then it cuts to Iceberg's room as Lucci continues to speak. And here's the thing, Lucci's never spoken up until this very moment. So Lucci has been letting Hattori speak for him this whole time, but now he's fully speaking.
We've been undercover for 5 years. Don't worry, we took our regular jobs very seriously. I understand that you're dejected, but the time we can devote to this matter has come to an end. We will achieve our goal by any means necessary. If you're fighting just to fight, I suggest you give up now. You've heard the name Cypherpole. CP-1 through CP-8 are the government's top intelligence agencies stationed in 8 bases around the world. They seek out information anywhere, as the government orders them to.
Oh, wait, yeah. I think this is Iceberg. Wait, you've heard the name Cypher Pulse? I think this is Lucci. Yeah. Oh, okay, this was Lucci this whole time.
They seek out information anywhere, as the government orders them to. Yes, I know of them, but only up to CP-8. Of course, and yet we are CP-9, the 9th cipher pole which shouldn't exist. Because of a certain privilege, we can't operate in the open. Even though that privilege serves justice, if civilians are cooperating with the government, we are allowed to execute them.
That's egotistical, as if a just killing is even possible.
Well, some who are in power have reconsidered their way of thinking. Rather than continue to live in fear of the weapon's reactivation, we should activate the weapon and put an end to this age of great voyages. We should use the weapon as a force for justice. Yet you would dare stand in our way? Even now, people the world over are being victimized by pirates, and you're saying you won't help them?
This conversation is pointless. If you reactivate the weapon, the world will fight for control of that power, and the damage will only be greater.
You seem to mistrust the government, Mayor Iceberg.
I just know human nature, boy.
And then Lucci proceeds to kick Iceberg directly in the face.
Watch your tongue. You're not my boss anymore. Kaku, check his pulse.
And it cuts to Kaku, who goes, "Pardon me," as he checks the pulse of Iceberg.
Mayor Iceberg, to tell the truth, a short while ago we came up with a theory. All you have to do is listen. I'm sure your pulse will tell us the truth. First, your ploy of giving us the fake blueprints. We have doubts about it. You guessed that the culprit was from the government and leaked the whereabouts of the fakes. But what if it had been someone with a grudge? Who had come to kill you? The real blueprints would lose their owner and cease to be handed down. You're smart enough to have considered that. The fact that despite this, you've made no move to pass the real blueprints on tonight means that you've already entrusted them to someone.
And Iceberg doesn't say anything.
At the very least, you no longer have them near you. Or so we can assume. We're still theorizing here. Of course, we have no positive proof, even in the 5 years we spent observing you undercover.
It's pointless. Don't struggle. As Iceberg tries to get his grip away from Kaku.
Even in the 5 years we spent observing you undercover, nothing in your actions indicated that you've picked a successor. Moreover, the one entrusted with the blueprints would need sufficient skill. Now then, let's continue with the theory. Here's where it gets interesting. Just now, you had us believe that we had taken the fake blueprints, and if you look closely, the names of the designers are written on them. Tom, Iceberg, Cutty Flam, and finally the company's name, Tom's Workers. You may have planned to outwit your enemies with these fakes, but you never dreamed that your enemy would be lurking close by. That was a miscalculation.
He's going real headfirst into this theory, isn't he? There's so much talking here. Hope you guys don't mind my voice being this low.
Don't worry. It'll be different from Smokers the next time we see him. This will be no more than waste paper to an intruder who slipped in yesterday or today, with designs on the blueprints, but we have lived here 5 years. We're very interested in the names of the designers. Tom's Workers. The crew led by the legendary shipwright Tom is shrouded in mystery. They must have been on this island once, but no roster or registration exists. It was no easy task finding out that you had been one of Tom's apprentices. According to recent reports from the government, Tom had only 2 apprentices. A government agent confirmed that one of them died in an accident 8 years ago. Or so we were meant to believe. However, I remember hearing the name Cutty Flam. It's been about 4 years now. a man passed through the gates of the Galley-La company to visit you. That was the only time he gave his real name."
And then Khalifa goes, "I remember." Kaku goes, "Me too."
In other words, Tom's other apprentice, Cutty Flam, is alive. Even now, here in this town. And he's changed his name to Franky.
There it is. There's a revelation. I can't say I'm surprised because I know of the history of Franky, but there's a revelation. And then Iceberg's heart starts beating and Kaku's listening in on it.
Seems there's no mistake. Who would have thought you and he had that connection? No matter how much we investigated Franky, we weren't able to uncover his background. We ignored him since he was a dismantler and a swaggering oaf. Of course, our predictions relied on facts. You created the perfect blind spot with a dead man. The Franky family comes here to sell lumber to the shipbuilding lot. With careful planning, you would have had countless chances to give him the blueprints. Now that I think about it, he was closest to you and yet he kept a safe distance. Your earlier boldness can be explained if you no longer had the blueprints. If you gave them to your fellow apprentice, then I could see you not leaving them to your trusty foreman. From these facts, we can deduce a single conclusion. And your racing pulse has told us that we have hit the nail on the head.
And then it cuts to Nami running, and then it cuts to Nami running, and she sees the room to where Iceberg is.
There! All these people on the ground! It's that door straight ahead. I'm sure of it. Okay, straight ahead, Zoro. Cut the door. Okay, straight ahead. Cut the door, Zoro, and let's get in there.
Don't order me around.
Hey, Straw Hat!
Ah!
You idiot, not this room! It's next door!
What? Next door? And then we cut back to Iceberg's room as the rest of the Straw Hats get closer and closer to the room.
We don't have anything against you. A lot has happened tonight. Being unable to hide one's shock under such conditions is normal for any human being. Thanks for all you did for us over the years. We're done here.
Let's hurry and find Franky.
Why you?
And then there's a crack that appears in the wall. And Luffy comes bursting in with Polly. As Zoro in the back, I wouldn't have noticed if I didn't look at the crease of the book. As Zoro comes in and he cuts through and everyone bursts inside of Iceberg's bedroom.
Hi-ya! Where's Robin?
Luffy?
Luffy!
Meddlers.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of chapter 346 and the end of volume 36. Yeah, that's the end of volume 36. We will continue our read-through. We will continue our read-through of One Piece on Monday, because you know I take a break on Sundays. The plot thickens. Oh, I can't wait to see where the story goes from here. Seeing these individual story beats go one after the other, I say again, why did I wait so long to read One Piece? I waited far too long, and I apologize for that. But I'm done, ladies and gentlemen. Interesting coloring page. Yes, Cohagen, interesting indeed. But that's all I got. I got some other things I need to do today. I'm going to see Rise of the Beasts later. Transformers Rise of the Beasts. So I can't wait to see that. And I got to set up for tomorrow's stream for My Hero Academia and Jujutsu Kaisen, because we're on break from One Piece until sometime in July. But all I can say to everyone here is that thank you for giving me this opportunity to do this. I'm so humbled to do this. And I'm humbled by your continued support of this channel in any way that you see fit, honestly. It doesn't matter what it is. So I just want to say thank you for letting me do this for all of you. I enjoy it every single time that I read. And I especially like it when there's no interruptions as well, such as like a runny nose or anything else, because it means you guys get no immersion-breaking storytelling. And that's what I like. So everyone, all I can say at the end of the day is, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you enjoyed what you saw here today, then like, subscribe, share this video with everyone you know, because the more, the merrier. And maybe even consider becoming a member, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples.